I'm starting to think LinkedIn should ditch the survey feature. So here's one that came across my feed a while ago. Curious what you all think about it. When you look at the, just without reading the question, just seeing okay, vote for open spaced office or closed spaced office. I'm okay, those are two discrete options. Perhaps not everyone knows what an open space versus a closed space office is. And honestly, there could be degrees of those things. So I could see okay, maybe those need some specificity, but overall I was yeah, I guess I see why people would vote for one or the other. But then I read the question. Here's how I read this in my head. Do you prefer to work in busy open space offices or calm closed space offices? So now it's not really about open or closed. It's also about busy or calm. And so now I'm thinking couldn't I be in a closed space office that's still super busy? I'm working at a cubicle closed and people are still bugging me, or I even have my own office and the door is shut, but people are busted in all the time. That's busy. And couldn't I work in an open space office where it's calm and people are just really respectful of boundaries and just pay attention to their own work? The answer is yes. Both of those scenarios are possible, right? So what is this question about? Is it about liking to work in an open space versus a closed space? Is it about whether you prefer working in a busy area or in a calm area? Or does the author have some attitude and it's do you prefer to work in a busy open space or a calm closed space, right? For something that comes across as oh, this is so short and sweet and to the point, it's actually kind of complicated. We don't like complicated in surveys. If you want to know the floor plan people prefer, ask that. If you want to know if people prefer a busy office or a calm office, ask that. But maybe think about if busy versus calm is the proper contrast there. I'm having kind of a hard time with it because to me busy almost sounds negative and calm sounds positive. That's my own bias showing. And so I'm ooh, are those good choices? What I'm thinking about as the parallel is some people really vibe working in a coffee shop environment. There's a lot going on around them and they love that. I like to work in complete silence. I don't even listen to music. So that type of environment wouldn't work for me. I don't know if I would characterize those as busy versus calm, right? Because I could also imagine I work in a really busy office, but everyone's calm. They're not stressing, right? Again, words have different meanings. So I would think about what you mean by those two terms and set up a proper contrast. Get at the choice, get at what you really want to know here. I don't know how this person's going to use this data, but I wish they just weren't going to use it because it's not a good question. I prefer a calm open space, so I did not participate in this LinkedIn survey.